All right, in this video, I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to deal with these is of problems. One of them is to deal with them as a proportion. Um, and this is just a formula that we teach, that is over of equals P, which is the percentage over 100. And then we can cross multiply to find our answer. That way, if we look at things as a ratio between two proportions like that. Another way is simply to know that the word of means to multiply. The word is, it's our statement of equality, is the equal sign. And the question word is our variable. I prefer this second form to the is over of formula because in this case, the of gets put on the bottom down here, and it's not clear to students then. Other times in word problems, that of is an operator that's supposed to mean to multiply. So I prefer sticking to what the words mean, that is a statement of equality and the of is a statement of multiplication. But if you learned this formula in class, the is of formula, and your teacher wants you to solve these with proportions, we can do that. So I'll do some examples both ways. $957 is blank percent of $1,745. So let's use the is of formula method first. The word closest to is 957. And the question word is the percentage. So P is my unknown. And the word closest to of is 1745. The units here are like and will cancel. We're going to use our calculator at that point to say that 957 divided by 1745 is 0.5484240688 is just about P over 100. I'm going to multiply by 100 in the denominator there on both sides to change this into a percentage. So this is about 54.8% for my P, right? I'm just going to say 54.8 equals P, which means that this blank here is the 54.8 that goes in front of the percent sign. So that's one of the ways to do it. Let me show you the other way. The steps are very similar. I'm just going to read the problem exactly and do what the words tell me to do. So instead of setting it up as a proportion, I'm going to say $957 is some percent means to divide by 100, of $1,745. So to solve for X here, let's go ahead and let's simplify that right-hand side, that this is going to be like so, that I can divide by 100 on the right. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 1745. When I do that, my units will cancel. I'm solving for x here, and 957 divided by 1745 is 54.8, all those other numbers, but it's the same percentage, 54.8% that I got before. Didn't change the answer to the problem. The math worked out the same, both techniques. Just in this case, the word is meant equal. The word of meant to multiply. The word percent meant to divide by 100. Your choice on how you solve these problems, whether you look at the this as a is of formula as a proportion, or whether you do direct substitution of the words in the word problem. All right, let's go ahead and let's do the next one. I will not work out every problem both ways. I just want to do the first problem 2 different ways so you could see. But let's stick with the is of formula for right now. 960 employees is, there's my is, P percent of 731 employees. So we have P equals 960 times 100 divided by 731. 60 times 100 divided by 731. P is 131.3. And remember, that's a percentage. So they're saying that it's more than 100%. And that makes sense because the denominator is smaller than the numerator, that this fraction here has a value that's greater than 1. .3 cases is P percent of 23.7 cases. So again, 3.3 times 100 divided by 23.7 is P. Pull out your calculator. 3.3 times 100 divided by 23.7 is 13.9%. Now we're going to change it up and we're going to write it in a different way. Let's see if that actually changes anything for us, though. P percent of 1810 is 22. See how we just go with the words that are closest to the numbers that are closest to those words. So 22 times 100 divided by 1810 equals P. So 22 times 100 divided by 1810. And this is going to be 1.2 equals P. I've been going to the nearest tenth of a percent because that's what the instructions up here told me to do, the nearest tenth of a percent. Let's yeah, that was the problem about sales, number 14. So let's move on to number 15. what percent of 7 gross is 3/100 of a gross? So what percent of 7 is 3/100? So 3/7 equals P. So this is about 0.4%. $18.33 is P percent of $275.47. So 1833 divided by 275.74 is P. We're going to round that to the nearest tenth. 1833 divided by 275.74 is going to be 6.6. Um, 788.06 is the percent of 5319. So 78806 divided by 5319. I didn't show that in the last problem, but remember those units cancel. Seven, 8,806 divided by 53.19 is 1481.6. That 9 rounds that 5 up to a 6. Blank percent of 125 cartons is 18.9 cartons. 1890. Remember, I'm multiplying by 100. I'm moving the decimal 2 places to the right to do that. $15.1. Blank percent of 61 clients is 682 clients. So again, we're going to multiply by 100 here. That it's going to be a big number. 1,118 point nothing, right? Percent, it rounds down. And last problem in this section, 96 yards is P percent of 7 yards. And so 600 divided by 7 equals P. $1371.4. And all these problems we were solving for P for the percentage, but we do not always have to solve for the percentage. That's just what we're doing in this section of the textbook. Any of the variables here, whether it was this is amount or this of amount or this P amount, any of these three parts of the formula could be your unknown. And so you can solve for any of them. So usually the formula looks something like A over B equals P over 100, where this is your is amount and this is your of amount. And they're going to call A the amount and B the base. A for amount and B for base. You don't need to worry about what the base is and what the amount is if you just stick with is over of equals P for percentage over 100. And you are filling in the blank right now where the percentage is in this section. Just know that there's other types of proportions that you'll do later that will solve for the amount or the base and like give you the percentage. All right, that's it for this video. See you next time.